introduce yourself and briefly explain about your project that you are working in the REU program.
Okay. My name is JamesSims. I'll be a senior this coming year at Jackson State University in computer science. And my topic this summer was mobile ad-hoc networks and developing a mesh from those and testing the stability of a mesh developed from a shortest path tree and a minimum starting tree, and testing performance metrics to see, like I said, basically the stability and other performance metrics.
Okay. Now you are in the final week of your program. What do you feel about overall accomplishments in your project?
I feel really good because actually I'm in the last phase of my project, which is writing my paper and trying to get a proposal done. I'm completely done with all of my programming, all my simulations, and I got a lot of good results. So, I mean, it makes me feel really good with the paper, hopefully getting it published and things like that.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being poor, 5 being excellent, how would you rate yourself in wireless ad hoc networks and sensor networks?
I would say a 4. I wouldn't say a 5 because I think that's like, you know, everything there is to know, and you can teach other people and go to conferences and present. But like, I feel like if I was at a conference or I was talking to somebody about sensor networks, especially in the area that I worked on this summer, I feel like I can contribute and know what I'm talking about and give some good data on what I found this summer.
Okay. Should there be any changes in the way students are mentored in the REU program? If so, what are the changes you would like to recommend?
I think for the most part it's pretty good because it gives it like that business type atmosphere where at the beginning the mentors are there a lot, and then towards the end of the program you more programming, doing stuff on your own, except for if you get stuck, then you have the questions, and it's all about a business like where you have to email or somehow you got to get in contact with the person that you need to get the information that you need. So concept of grad school I still haven't really decided on, but I definitely interested in the stuff that I learned this summer, and so it definitely I wouldn't cross it out, but I wouldn't say it's a guarantee if networks is the thing I would want to focus on in grad school.
Okay. Dr. Meghanathan was your principal mentor for your project. How much did he motivate you and help you in your project?
I wouldn't necessarily say motivated because I think I was motivated to do the internship to begin with, or the research, and that was my whole reason for accepting it. But I definitely think he helped out a whole lot, from us starting off with a lot of his demo code, the tutorial slide, the presentation, and things like that, and helped along the way. So he definitely helped out a lot as far as that aspect of it. And I mean, I've probably been stuck a few more times for a long amount of time if I didn't have it.
Okay. Dr. Moore also presented an orientation section during the middle of the program. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not at all, 5 is more confidently, how these sessions will enhance your interest to pursue your terminal degree, that is PhD in computer science?
I'd probably say a 4 because I mean I know a little bit about grad school, but I mean the presentation definitely had a lot of good information about fellowships and ways of getting money and how the whole thing works out and how it can benefit you in the long run. I mean I don't know whether that's going to change my decision or affect it. I mean, but definitely if I decide to go to grad school, like I said, it's definitely going to help me out in knowing the steps I need to take.
Okay. There are also research seminars on bioinformatics, digital image processing, and high performance computing. How do you rate these seminars?
I think it's good and bad. Like some of them were really good and I got a lot of information. Then a couple ones I didn't get as much information on. But I think each one of them had their own points, and like I said, I don't need to go into specifics, but like each one had their highlights that stuck with me, just in case in future to look into.
Okay. The field trip like Ad-Hoc, how do you rate the field trip?
Pretty good. That's probably one of the best things that we've done this summer. And man, because I was already interested in ERDIC to begin with, I had talked to people there and done research there. So actually going to the center and seeing all the stuff that's going on there made me even more excited about looking further into it, maybe as a career placement.
Do we need to organize such trip in the future?
Definitely.
How would you compare your presentation skills both in oral and in writing before beginning of the research program and now at the end of the program?
Uh,
How would you compare your presentation skills both in oral and in writing before the beginning of the research program and now at the end of the program?
I'd probably say a 4 on a scale of 1 to 5. For the simple fact, it's been a while since I had to do oral and paper presentations in a while. And I always felt confident. I don't feel like nervousness when I'm doing it, but just the fact of actually going through the process of making PowerPoints and writing papers and knowing the format, I think this summer helped me to get the cobwebs off of doing that.
Okay. What are the major strengths of this program? Are there any weaknesses in this program? If so, what are they?
I think the major, the strengths of it is the programming, because you get a lot of extensive programming and you learn a lot of tips. And programming period, the only way you get better is by programming, and you do that a good amount this summer. And you learn, like I say, a lot of different techniques as far as problem solving syntax errors and things like that. I definitely think that helps out. Only weakness I would say probably maybe like a little bit of organization of some of the meetings and stuff that we had, because sometimes it seemed like when other people was giving us presentations and stuff, it was like they didn't it wasn't on time like a business like environment. Like if a meeting's at 8:30, the meeting starts at 8:30. Sometimes it'd be like 8:30, then 8:45, 9 o'clock. But that's something very minor, I would say, and it didn't have an overall effect on the program.
How was the coding experience during the program? How much knowledge you have gained with respect to logical development and implementation, as well as programming language that you worked on?
Just like I said, I guess the question before, I definitely feel like I learned a lot this summer as far as programming, because like I said, the only way you get better at programming is doing more programming. And so it was a different environment outside of the school environment on a different subject, and the subject matter that's like being in use today. So it makes you feel kind of like you're doing something that's actually helpful instead of just doing something out of a book where you're just trying to hone on your skills.
Okay. Do you think your research is publishable, and why?
I definitely think it is, for the simple fact a lot of the papers I read about the different protocols was like they all knew that a mesh-based protocol was better than a tree-based protocol, but none of the papers that I actually read, they never talked about how to design the mesh. And by doing my research, and my results show that the different implementations has a huge effect on specifically on the lifetime, which is one of the main concerns of mobile ad-hoc networks. And so by me doing my research and finding that, I think you can take it a step further and look at some of the aspects that a lot of these protocols are looking at after you develop the mesh the way, or different ways that you can find based on research.
Okay. Finally, on a scale of 1 to 100%, how confident you are in the research before attending the program and now after attending the program?
Before I attended the program, probably like 30%. And after attending the program, I say 85 to 90% confident in what I've learned as far as mobile ad-hoc networks and things like that, and different protocols and things like that, and basically the whole setup of how it works and goes.